Why do Iran and Israel hate each other so much? How did they go from strategic allies to irreconcilable enemies, now locked in an open war with unpredictable consequences? This conflict has deep roots: religious, ideological, geopolitical, and nuclear. Understanding it is essential to grasp one of the world's most dangerous flashpoints. For decades, Iran and Israel were not enemies, they were allies. Under Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, Iran was pro-Western and cooperated closely with Israel on military technology and intelligence. But in 1979, everything changed. The Islamic Revolution, led by Ayatollah Khomeini, toppled the Shah and turned Iran into a theocratic Shiite republic. The new regime denounced Israel as an illegitimate occupier of Palestinian land and labeled it the Little Satan, with the U.S. as the Great Satan. From Iran's perspective, Israel is a colonial implant in the Muslim world, representing a fundamental ideological affront. Israel, meanwhile, sees Iran as an existential threat, a state with regional ambitions, aggressive rhetoric, and support for militant groups. Iran promotes its revolutionary ideology through proxy forces: Hezbollah in Lebanon, Shiite militias in Iraq, and Hamas in Gaza. These groups act as Tehran's shadow army. Israel responds with selective strikes, hitting Iranian sites in Syria, sabotaging arms shipments, and targeting senior IRGC commanders. In June 2025, the conflict entered a dangerous new phase. Israel launched airstrikes across Iran, targeting nuclear and missile facilities near Isfahan, Bushehr, Kadab, and killing senior IRGC commanders like Saeed Azadi and Behnam Shahriari. Iran retaliated with hundreds of missiles and over 1,000 drones, some striking Israeli cities, causing casualties and damage, including at a hospital in Beersheba. These intense exchanges have led to significant civilian casualties, at least 700 in Iran and around 24 in Israel. Global powers are alarmed. US B-2 bombers and naval forces move closer, and diplomatic efforts by Europe and Turkey are failing. The nuclear shadow and a dangerous balance of power. At the heart of the Iran-Israel conflict lies one of the most dangerous questions of our time. Will Iran build a nuclear bomb? And what will Israel do if it does? Iran has long insisted that its nuclear program is for peaceful, civilian purposes, mainly energy production and medical research. However, its continued enrichment of uranium to near weapons-grade levels has alarmed the international community and, most of all, Israel. In 2015, the Iran nuclear deal, officially known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA, was signed between Iran and world powers. It imposed strict limits on Iran's nuclear activities in exchange for sanctions relief. But that deal began to unravel when the United States withdrew in 2018 under President Trump and reimposed harsh sanctions. In response, Iran restarted and accelerated its nuclear program, enriching uranium well beyond the agreed limits. Israel has watched this development with growing concern. Although Israel has never officially acknowledged possessing nuclear weapons, it is widely believed to maintain an undeclared arsenal of between 80 and 90 nuclear warheads. Its delivery capabilities are sophisticated, ranging from ballistic missiles to nuclear-capable aircraft and even submarines equipped for second strike retaliation. Israeli leaders have made it clear. They will not allow Iran to become a nuclear-armed state. They have hinted more than once at the possibility of launching a preemptive military strike to stop Iran's progress if diplomacy fails. This creates an extraordinarily tense situation. A high-stakes game of brinkmanship where one misstep, one miscalculation, could ignite a full-scale regional or even global crisis. Conventional military power. A side-by-side comparison. While the nuclear threat looms large, both nations also possess formidable conventional military capabilities, and their strengths are very different. Iran. Manpower. Iran commands one of the largest standing forces in the region, with around 610,000 active-duty soldiers, 350,000 reserves, and over 220,000 paramilitary fighters, including members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, and the Basij militia. Air Force. Iran's Air Force is relatively weak by modern standards, operating around 350 aircraft, many of them outdated US and Soviet-era models from the 1970s and 1980s. Missile arsenal. This is where Iran excels. with an estimated 3,000 ballistic missiles, including medium-range systems like the Shahab-3 Ghador and Sejil, and the newer Khaibar-Shekin with a range of up to 1,450 kilometers. Iran can threaten targets across the Middle East, including all of Israel. Drones. Iran has invested heavily in unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. The Shahed series, especially the Shahed 136, has been used in conflicts from Syria to Ukraine. Proxy forces. Iran's regional influence is amplified through its support for non-state actors: Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas and Islamic Jihad in Gaza, Shiite militias in Iraq, and the Houthis in Yemen. These forces allow Iran to pressure Israel without engaging directly. Israel. Manpower. Israel's military is smaller in numbers but highly trained and technologically advanced. It fields approximately 170,000 active troops and 465,000 reservists with rapid mobilization capabilities. Air Force and technology. Israel has one of the most modern air forces in the world, including F-35 stealth fighters, advanced drones, long-range precision missiles, and real-time battlefield intelligence systems. Missile defense. Israel's layered missile defense system is among the most advanced in the world. The Iron Dome intercepts short-range rockets, David's Sling handles medium-range threats, and Arrow 2 and 3 are designed to destroy long-range ballistic missiles, even in space. However, the recent large-scale missile and drone attacks launched by Iran in 2025 exposed the system's limitations. Despite a high interception rate, some Iranian missiles and drones managed to penetrate defenses and strike targets inside Israel, including civilian infrastructure. Experts warn that the sheer volume of simultaneous incoming projectiles can overwhelm Israel's defensive capacity, particularly if multiple fronts, such as Gaza, Lebanon, and Iran, coordinate their attacks. The success of these strikes has raised concerns about whether Israel has enough interceptor missiles to sustain prolonged, high-intensity engagements. Cyber and intelligence. Israel is a global leader in cyber warfare and intelligence. It has conducted numerous successful covert operations inside Iran, from data thefts to sabotage of nuclear facilities and high-profile assassinations. Strategic alliance with the U.S. Perhaps most critically, Israel enjoys full U.S. military and diplomatic backing. This includes shared technology, joint military drills, missile stockpiles, and early warning systems, giving Israel a significant strategic edge. Together, this conventional and nuclear power balance makes the Iran-Israel conflict one of the most volatile in the world, a confrontation where ideology, history, and raw military force collide with global consequences. Conclusion: a region on edge. Today, Iran and Israel are not simply fighting over ideology or religion. They are battling for regional dominance and survival. Each side has substantial conventional power and a nuclear shadow that casts deep uncertainty over the future. And right now, neither seems willing to step back. This is not just their conflict. It's a global tinderbox whose flames could light up the world if ignored.